I started making a list of different ways that people improperly use their Bibles. Number one, the Bible is not a cookbook. In other words, it's very YouTube searchable, but it's not how we should treat our Bibles. Like 3 ways to get better financial success, according to the book of Proverbs, or 5 ways to make your marriage better. And a lot of people, I guess technically you can find those kind of things from the scripture, but that is not the way it was written. And when we do that, what happens is we start to pick and choose these different recipes and try to put things together to make ingredients for a better life. That is such a small view of scripture and the improper way to read it. I always like to put it this way. If we pick and choose what to follow, we have a faith that's fake and hollow. The second thing I see a lot is the Bible is not a rule book. Maybe you've said this before, and I think I've said it before as well, but I'm so sorry. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. That is not the proper way to read the B-I-B-L-E. First of all, yes, we're leaving Earth, but look at the end in Revelation. We're coming back to Earth, a new heavens and a new earth. So that's an improper understanding of heaven in general. But besides that, it's not just a bunch of rules to follow. That completely removes the Bible out of its context, and it makes you misuse passages. Like when I was in junior high, I would see somebody with a tattoo, quote Leviticus 19:28, said you can't have tattoos, even though I didn't read in its context how this was actually talking about the ancient Near East culture. They would tattoo themselves for the dead. It was their sense of purgatory to lead somebody back into heaven, atoning for their own sin, which actually points to Jesus, who is the actual atonement for our sin. It's a whole nother sermon. I'm not going to jump into that. There's probably way more, but the last thing I think we misunderstand, this isn't that kind of sword that Paul is talking about, is the Bible is not a textbook. A lot of us are so terrified of reading our Bible because we're afraid we're going to get it wrong. We feel like we won't understand everything, and so we wind up not even reading it. Just how many of us have actually ever read the textbook that our professor assigned us? That's why I like to say this often. We do not read the Bible to pass a test. We read our Bibles to place our trust. It is more about a relationship. Should we get the Bible right? Absolutely. But it was not written in such a way that it is just a textbook that is removed from relationship, and you better pass the test in order for you to get into heaven.